It's your boy Jimmy Blue, Mr. All Access Elite Boxing, reporting live from Dallas, Texas. Let's talk boxing. One of the greatest rivalries in the history of the sport of boxing. Two of the greatest fighters to ever lace up a pair of gloves for the great country of Mexico. Erik Terrible Morales is set to face his nemesis, the babyface assassin, Marco Antonio Barrera, July 16th of this summer. Now, the fight is scheduled to be an exhibition and is only set to go 6 rounds. Rumors are stating that the fight will be held in Dallas, Texas. Now, that's interesting because there's also rumors that Oscar de la Hoya is set to fight on July 3rd at AT&T Stadium. And if you're, any fight fans that are from the state of Texas, we've been absolutely spoiled this year and even last year with all the big fights coming to Dallas, all the big fights coming to Houston, El Paso. And you know what, man? With this one, a lot of people are not as excited. Both fighters are well past their prime. Both are over 40 years old. Morales is 44, has not fought since 2012. Barrera is 47 years old and has not fought since 2011. That's almost or well over 10 years of inactivity. Now, if you guys follow the sport, you know the type of action that both fighters gave to the sport. Their trilogy was by far one of the greatest rivalries in the history of boxing. They had bad blood, and it was real, true animosity that both fighters had with each other. Now, a lot of you guys may not know the story as well as the back end as far as how these guys absolutely hated each other. And it all started once a long time ago in camp. Both fighters once were in camp helping each other spar, and it started with a pickup game of soccer. It was Team Morales versus Team Barrera, and it's rumored, or rather mentioned by Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., that Marco Antonio Barrera went in for a slide tackle against Morales, tripping Morales. Both fighters got up, and they just started exchanging blows, and that was that's how it started. That's how it ignited that rivalry between Morales versus Barrera, in which both camps had to, separate them. Now, if you guys remember the press conferences, the heated exchanges, everything that both fighters gave, one being from Tijuana, Barrera being from Mexico City, there was true animosity, true bad blood. Now, since then, both guys have, claimed that they are now friends. Both guys are working as commentators for, I want to say, TV Azteca, DAZN, the Espanol channels, commentating the sport of boxing. So, for these guys to come out of retirement, whether it be on pay-per-view or whether it just be for charity, I don't really understand it. I don't really get it. I think, I really don't feel that either of them need to be in the ring. Now, last time Morales fought in an exhibition, he actually fought Mikey Garcia in California about 2 years ago, in which they were raising money for a fighter who was paralyzed, who was a fighter who got shot and was with RGBA. So again, we don't know whether it's going to be an exhibition. We don't know if it's going to be for charity. But one thing that we do know is that a lot of greats, a lot of fighters, man, they're coming out of retirement. They're wanting to take advantage to try and make profit, make a little bit of money, and entering back into the ring. Now, it's a little dangerous, man, because even if they do fight without any headgear, I mean, there's no guarantee that these guys can make it even to the 6th round. I mean, we've seen it with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. Although it was an exhibition, both guys didn't necessarily attempt to hurt one another, but it's just one of those things where we don't want to make it a mockery of the sport. We don't want to, obviously there's a lot of new fight fans that were really, really young. They probably didn't get a chance to see these fights live. They probably never had a chance or an opportunity to even go to the fights to see either one of them fight. So, I mean, it could be one of those things where it gives chances to younger fight fans to be able to attend and say, hey, you know what? I was able to attend a Morales versus a Barrera fight, but nevertheless, I think them fighting a 4th time, it's unnecessary. It's not warranted, and I think that the fighters that fought in the past, they should just leave it as such. It's one of the greatest rivalries in the history of boxing in all of Mexico, and I just hope that it doesn't damage the sport, and it doesn't damage their careers. But I want to hear what you guys think. Again, Barrera has 2 victories over Morales. Morales having another victory over Barrera. So, I mean, maybe this is a potential redemption type of fight. But I want to hear what you guys think. Should Erik Morales and Barrera be pay-per-view, or should they even be fighting at all? Leave your comments down below in the video. Again, it's your boy Jimmy Blue, Mr. All Access Elite Boxing, signing off.